Hello and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman and this is the 2024 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. If you are new to the channel, if you are a Formula 1 fan, then please do get yourself subscribed and make sure you hit that like button as well. Helps get the channel noticed and we can start to grow a little bit this season. But it is race day in Saudi Arabia. We've done the practice, we've done the quali, we've even done a bit of F2 along the way, but it is race day now. It's time to get the hype on the go. We know the inevitable, but I come up with a new little slogan for F1. We know what's going to happen, but until it does happen, anything can happen. I like that. I'm sticking with that for the full season. That is the Verstappen era summed up. We know what's going to happen, but until it does, anything can happen. So I'm up for that. So especially before lights out, I am fully in the mode of anything can happen. Because anything can happen in this sport. That's what live sport's all about at the end of the day. You know, the bookies, the odds makers, we all know, innit? But you never know. You never know until it happens. So, massive day for Oliver Bearman, the young Brit substituting in Ferrari. A debut for Ferrari for 18-year-old Brit Oliver Bearman, subbing in for Carlos Sainz, who has undergone an operation for appendicitis. So he misses this race. He'll probably be back in for Australia. But Oliver Bearman gets one chance in the Ferrari and he's qualified P11, so not too bad. I think he'll get a few points from there. I made my predictions on Friday and I had Bearman 9th. I think he's looking good for that. I'd still stick with that now. Even if I could change it, I wouldn't. I go Ollie Bearman getting a couple of points. AJ's on the grid after his flattening Ngannou in 2 rounds last night. He's flown over to Jeddah from, I think the fight was in Riyadh. So flown over, boom, AJ on the grid, not a scratch on him. Absolutely pummeled the guy in 3 minutes flat. But yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. Yes, Barry, SHT, F2, was it? Oh, mate, I've missed that. I'll have to watch it back. Don't tell me. I'll have to watch it back, mate. I've not seen anything for the F2 feature race, so yeah, don't spoil it for me. Yes, Gav. Robster. No, bro, that's made. Yes, Suede, how we doing, bro? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Big ups in Miami. We know what's going to happen. Exactly. Hey, that's it, Salty Dog, innit? That is the vibe this season. We know what's going to happen, but until it does, anything can happen. You know what I mean? I fucking get like you say, get the trademark on that one, mate. That's it. That's the Verstappen era in a nutshell, innit? But yes, Suede. Let's pray. Let's pray for a miracle race, and Max has a stinker. Oh, that's the stage it's got to. Like, it sounds so like. I have to rein it in a bit because it just sounds like anyone who's a Verstappen fan and comes on this stream like just by chance would just be like, this guy just hates him. But I honestly don't. Like, I just want competition. You know, even if it was anybody else winning 19 out of 20 races, I'd be backing everybody else. So it's not. It's just killing. It's killing me, bro. It's killing me, mate. But yeah, Suede, are you about Max? Is it? Even Max Verstappen fans are getting bored of it. You know, I don't know if anyone watches P1 with Matt and Tommy or whatever, but the Tommy guy, they're like a duo that do F1 stuff. They're obviously big time. And even the Tommy guy on that, he's a Verstappen fan. Even he's bored. He's like, it's not even fun anymore. Like, he's just bored of it, bro. And he's a Verstappen fan, and they're getting bored of it, mate. So we could do a bit of a change. Perez won this race last year, so starting from P3 on the grid, I think Sergio Perez will fancy his chances of at least keeping up with Max this time round. He got absolutely blown away last week in Bahrain, but you know, he's got to back himself early on in the season. You know, Verstappen's only, 7 points ahead of him, 8 points ahead of him. So it's still early days. Perez can stake a claim to a championship fight if he goes and wins this one, you know. confidence boost and all that. Long season, 24 races, so it's only been one race, so we can't count all the chickens yet, but can't stand that Matt. Yeah. Each to their own, innit? Each to their own. Yeah, Matt Gallagher and I don't know if you got the spellings right, but yeah, something like that. Yeah, those guys are. Yeah, he's a Verstappen fan. He's bored of it, mate. So that says it all, doesn't it? Yeah, Thomas won the glasses. Yeah, just give Max the time. No, I swear, it's been one race, bro. It's been one race. If we get to mid-season and he's won like all 14 races before the summer break, then he'd probably mathematically be champion anyway. So at that point, we give it to him. Until then, it's anybody's game, mate. At this point, Sargent can be world champion. You know what I mean? At this point, Sargent's got as much chance as Verstappen. You know what I'm saying? All to play for. All to play for. We know what's going to happen. But it's all to play for at the moment because it's early days. You never know, innit? You never know. I tell you what, though. This Red Bull drama. That one is cringe. I'm a bit cringe, but I love it. I get overhyped when there's nothing to be hyped about, but I love it, mate. I love this sport. It's in my blood. He's also an OG. Oh, yeah, I'm an OG Alonso fan as well. When push comes to shove, mate, Alonso. The thing is, I was big. I was Mick Schumacher, really. But when he's not on the grid, it's hard to support someone that's not on the grid, innit? So, in the lack of Mick Schumacher existing on this grid, oh, look at the work going on that Mercedes. What's happened to Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes? They're on panic stations at Mercedes here with Hamilton's. Oh, they're on a frantic last-minute change on Hamilton's Mercedes on the grid with, 20 minutes to go. Yeah, you better get tightening up them bolts, mate. Because... let's not get too nuts here. Even as American, I don't have much hope for Sargent Championship. You never know, mate. No, Sargent's not the one, is he? So Jose Mourinho's there from the boxing as well. Straight from the boxing onto the grid. I recognise that guy behind him as well. That guy behind Mourinho then? Was anyone watching the Sky coverage? Was that the guy that played Evan on in Superbad? Mate, I don't know his actual name. He's called Michael Cera. That was Evan, wasn't it? That is my favourite film, mate, Superbad. Evan on the grid. I'm sure that was him. I am sure that was Evan off Superbad behind Mourinho then. What was he called on Superbad, mate? Oh. Fucking what a film that is. But yeah, no, Sargent for the championship. Yeah, no, I'm following a script. Mate, it's fully off the cuff. No, but they're big time, innit? I'll be following a script if I had 1 million followers. Do you know what I mean? I'd be on a different kind of a be careful what you say and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? When you have actual influence on hundreds of thousands of people, then you probably do change a little bit over the time, and you probably have to sort of get a bit PR correct and a bit grammatically. That's the biggest. Oh, that's ironic. That you have to be grammatically correct. You have to be, politically correct. So, nah, mate. When you got 500 subs, you can say what you want, innit? Nobody cares. Do you want? Say what you want. Have a bit of fun with it. You can just chill out, have fun, mate. But yeah. Oh, look at the light show here on the grid. It's like an Olympic opening ceremony or something. They've gone all out. Don't salty dog. Any triumph, bastard. You can't put that in chat, mate. That is not a comment I expected to see in the chat today. But that film is absolutely goated. Oh, mate. Absolutely. What a film. Right, anyway, we're getting towards the race now. What's gonna happen at Red Bull, right? Because this drama, this drama is not going away, is it? I'll tell you what, yeah. They're saying about Helmut Marko being backed and all the rest of it. He's had a conversation, but I tell you now, yeah. If Helmut Marko goes, Verstappen goes. And the whole ship starts to sink at that point. That's how I see it. But if Helmut Marko stays, Verstappen stays, and it all gets brushed under the rug and we all try and forget about it. But I tell you now, if this goes any further and, Ford start phoning up and they're not happy, because if you don't know, Red Bull are going to Ford engines in 26, I think. Ford are coming in as an engine manufacturer with Red Bull, and apparently they're not happy with Christian Horner. And if they start pulling strings and saying, this is not looking good for our PR side, can all come crashing down, mate. And we could see Verstappen in a Mercedes next season. I mean, we won't. We know what's going to happen. Until it does happen, you never know, innit? No, but yeah. You just don't know if this drama keeps on, and there's still headlines in Australia and there's still headlines in Japan, and then the member of staff that's been let go who started the allegations, if she starts appealing that decision and then it goes further, and then oh mate, the whole thing could start collapsing. Honda are going to Aston Martin, I think. I think Aston Martin are going to have Honda engines in 26, I think. And Red Bull are going Ford. You see, that's it's all shake up for 26. It's all shake up for next year, really, driver wise. I feel like 25 is the driver shake up, and then 26 is the rules shake up. So this is like a prelude to all that. 24 is just a warm up for the 25 championship driver market, and then the 2026 massive regulation change. So this is just like chapter one of this next 3 years, basically. But I hope we get a better race today than Bahrain. At the end of the race, I give it a 2.5 out of 10. It was probably one of the worst championship openers probably ever. It's got to be better than a 2.5 out of 10. This surely. We have seen good races here in the past. They're just showing clips. The one when it was in 2021, I think it was like the second to last round, or maybe there was 2 more races after this in 21, but that race was absolute drama, and that's what I live for. Like, I don't mind who wins. It's just the more chaotic, the more dramatic, and the more controversial, the better it is, in my opinion. And Saudi Arabia 21 was unbelievably controversial. They were even all on the phones to each other going, oh, can we start from this grid position? Oh, well, if he starts from third, we want to start from second. They were negotiating what grid position they were going to restart the race from after a red flag. It was fucking absolutely mental. That's what I love, though. When it all gets out of control like that, and it's just like, what is going on here? That is when it's at its best, in my opinion. Those 80s engines, what we're saying here, like the 80s, Ford was the engine to have in F1. What was that, like a V10 or something like that, V12 or something? Yeah, man. they're long in the bin. They're long in the bin. Now, you know what I'd love to see in the future? V8's back ran on this sustainable fuel that they're working on. I reckon that could be the way. Sustainable fuel. So you whack a V8 in them, but you're running on algae or whatever, however they do it. It's technology way above what I can understand. But I feel like that's the future of F1. Saudi Arabian national anthem's on. That's how you know we're getting there. We're getting there. We're 15 minutes away from lights out. Ford is garbage. Now, we don't know, do we? I mean, Ford haven't been involved in F1 since, like, the early 2000s. When it was, like, Johnny Herbert, I think. You know what I mean? Like, Ford haven't been in this sport for 20 years. At least. So, who knows? Ford might turn up and be... Oh, unless you count Cosworth. Is Cosworth's Ford, innit? So they had a V8 engine until, like, what? Like, 2013? So, strictly speaking, Ford haven't been in the sport at all since 2013. But as a proper, like, team, 20-odd years. But you never know, innit? They could produce a good engine, but when Honda arrived a couple of years after everyone else with the V6 hybrid, it was an absolute mess for the first, like, 3 seasons before they got it together, and then Red Bull got it and they put it in the AlphaTauri, and then, well, they put it in the Toro Rosso, and they sorted it out. But when it was McLaren Honda, when Honda jumped back in the sport, it was an absolute shambles. Like 2015, 16, 17. Wow, McLaren were the worst team on the grid. Yeah, Ford. That's when I think of Ford in F1, that's where my head goes. With Jaguar, yeah. Yeah. So like early 2000s. Johnny Herbert at the wheel, 99. Something like that. Yes, Tax, welcome to the stream, bro. They'll put a Mustang engine in it. Yeah, I fucking dare her. I dare them to do that. They bring back Tyre Wars. Do you reckon? Yeah. Do you reckon? Bring back too much. But then you're adding a variable that's not really necessary, I think. There's already enough variables. I don't know about that. Look at the drones there. I'll tell you what, fireworks will be a thing of the past soon. It'll just be drone light shows, won't it? I think fireworks have got 10 years left. These drone shows, no explosives, no smoke. Better for the environment and all that. Not going to lie, the engine would suck, but it'd be wild to see an F1 car with a Mustang logo. Yeah. This is last chance to change your race predictions. Or do you make the rules, is it, Gav? Right, all right then. Let's do it. Let's change it all. No, what I like to do is get the predictions in before practice. Because obviously the more data you've got, the less of a prediction it is. It's just more of a certainty. Now, if you did predictions now, I don't know, it's a bit cheating, isn't it? Well, you do predictions halfway through the race. Predictions coming into the final lap. Oh, I do. But no, that was my predictions on Friday, and I'm sticking with it. I reckon it's not too far off. Russell with a P4 was probably overstretching it, to be honest. But the rest of it's probably not going to be a million miles off. But we'll see. You never know. Keep fireworks. Yeah, definitely. The video that I drove. Oh, mate, Salty Dog. That was incredible. I saw that the other day. It must have been during the shakedown of the new car at Silverstone in the wet, and they had this. I think it's made by Red Bull. It was certainly Red Bull branded. This high-speed drone that was following it round, and it was dipping like level with the car around the corners, and that was amazing. But I think it can only do one lap, and then it's got to go into the field, and the guy's got to catch it and recharge the thing. So I think it can only do like one lap, but I think it's only a matter of time before that's part of the television broadcast. At certain circuits, they couldn't do it in a street circuit. It's too, you're going to hit stuff. But when it's an open circuit like Spa, Silverstone, Suzuka, something like that, you could bring them in, and it would change that. But you can't get too low. But yeah, that was an very interesting video. That drone had some serious speed, man. Meanwhile, the countless wars of our government doesn't produce. Whoa, I don't even get into that. They've had it for NASCAR, have they? These high-speed drones. I mean, they've got to be careful. Like, you can't get in the where someone's battling for the lead and the drone's here. Like, get out of the way, mate. You don't want a distraction. You don't want a distraction for the drivers, but used in the right way, I think it could be mega. You don't want a drone buzzing around. I always think when the helicopters get really low, when the TV helicopters get really low over the track, especially in Austin, they get so low that I'm thinking, surely there's like wake, because they disturb a hell of a lot of air underneath. Surely there's like a wake there where it's going to affect the cars when, I always think when I see these shots from the helicopters like dipping in, I'm thinking, sure it's going to, but they must know the exact distance where it starts to affect the cars. They must have a limit, right? You don't get within 100 meters because then you're gonna start messing things up. But I always wonder about that. Right, 8 minutes away from the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Right, what's everyone's predictions then? What are we saying? Are we saying for the win? More outrageous the better, guys. More outrageous the better for predictions. Anything Tsunoda down for the win. That's what I'm looking for here. Ollie Bearman from 11th. Ollie Bearman absolutely storms through the field and wins it. No, mate. I think he can get a couple of points here. Ollie Bearman. Obviously... thrown at the deep end, only had one practice session and then straight into quali. I think he did very well in quali, actually. The gaps were so... Like, the field is so close together now that a 10th can lose, being a 10th down can lose you 3 or 4 positions, gaining a couple of tenths can jump you up 7 positions. And it's so close that, another couple of tenths would have got Bearman easily into the top 10, So he was really close, and he's not jumped in and he's 2 seconds off the pace. Like, he's straight on it, straight on the pace with Leclerc near enough. Obviously he's not expected to be right there with Leclerc on day one, but he did very well. He did very well. He didn't smash the thing up. He scraped the wall a couple of times and had a few bumps and scrapes, but he didn't smash the thing into the wall. He was competitive straight off the bat. So big ups to Ollie Bearman. I hope he can snag a few points. Norris snags his first win after Leclerc and Max in turn 1. Right, that's a story. I like that story, mate. I like that. I like the Leclerc lunge. The Leclerc lunge. The Leclerc lunge. Oh, no. The Leclerc lunge. Leclerc lunge. The Leclerc lunge into turn 1 with a little bit of contact. Oh, here's the intro. Let's go. Leclerc lunge. A little bit of French fancy. Do you know what I mean? Got a French girlfriend. Leclerc lunge. Right, oi. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Fernando Alonso. Lewis has definitely got the best little intro clip, and he's like, everyone else is just. And Lewis has got the whole. Absolute G-unit settings. Oh, here we go, round 2. Who's up for a race? Who's up for a race? Race day, baby. I hope we get a competitive race. I hope that Leclerc can keep up, mate. I hope that Sergio Perez is on full determination mode, thinking I can't let him win back to back to start the season. You know, I hope Alonso can pull something out of the hat, you know? Leg lunge. Just hoping Ricardo gets a point at this stage. Yeah, that RB going into the season and during testing had quite a bit of, just a little bit of hype around it. You know, I was thinking it could be the fourth fastest team. But anyway, here we go then. There's the grid. It's Zhou Guanyu at the back. I wonder if he'll start from the pit lane. Anyway, Zhou P20, Sargent P19. Oh, Gasly and Ocon 18th and 17th in the Alpine. Tragic start to the season for them. Valtteri Bottas P15. Nico Hülkenberg P15. It's then Daniel Ricciardo P14. I don't know why I'm doing the stupid voices. Kevin Magnussen P13 in the Haas. Then it's Alexander Albon P12. Oliver Bearman P11. Let's keep an eye out for him. I hope he can get a few points. It's Lance Stroll P10. Yuki Tsunoda P9. What can he do from there? Stick it down the inside in turn one. Lewis Hamilton, P8. George Russell, P7. Then the two McLarens, Piastri ahead of Norris. Piastri P5. Lando Norris, P6 on the grid. What can they do? Can they get a podium out of this? Fernando Alonso, P4. And Sergio Perez, P3. And it is a front row yet again. This is a front row that occurs quite a lot in the last 3 or 4 years. It's Charles Leclerc, P2. And of course, the inevitable Max Verstappen, who will start the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix from pole position. Well, some hell of a light show going on above the circuit. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for this now. So you're going Norris for the win. Incredible. Alonso 2. Yeah, Norris, Alonso, Perez podium. Oh, they've chucked an ad break in before the race starts. That's new, that. That is new, that. They've never chucked an ad break in 2 minutes before lights out before. I'm telling you right now. Well, the sneaky dogs. They know everyone's tuned in, ready. Bated breath. They've never done that before. I'm telling you right now. Cheeky little last minute ad break. It's like when they do the football, they go, and it's live, and then they go to adverts. One of them. They've pulled one of them in the F1. At least they don't have adverts during the race anymore. Oh, mate, it used to be savage on ITV. You'd be like, and he's going for the lead. Adverts, and you're like for 5 minutes, like, what's happened? What's happened? And bloody hell. You come back, there's 3 cars in the wall. You're thinking, well, what have we missed here? At least there's no adverts during the race. That, oh, mate. ITV F1 coverage was savage. Right, what are we staying? Prime ad real estate. It is, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Oh, do you know why? Do you know why? I'm telling you now why. Because I'm on the wrong channel. Wait. Right, they're about to start the formation. Like I was on main event, bro. And they're going to the footy. That's why. That's why. Oh my God, oh my God. Right, formation lap. Bro, I was on the wrong channel. I was on main event. And they listen. You can't do that entire build-up on one channel and then the race is like 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're going to cut the coverage now for Brentford. Anyway, we're on the right channel now. Oh my God. Imagine I miss the start. Just like, how long's this ad break? Meanwhile, it's lap 1. Right, formation lap. Right, it's only going to be a one-stop race. So you either start on the medium tyres, go to about lap 22, then onto the hard. So you start on the soft and go to hard on lap 18. We'll see how the strategies play out. Crisis averted. Salty Dog, that was a close one. Yes, JJ, welcome to the stream, bro. Welcome in, everyone. If you haven't already, please do drop a like on the stream. Helps the channel grow. Helps to get noticed. And maybe we'll get a few in at 4 a.m. for Australia in a couple of weeks. You never know. crazier things have happened at sea. But so Zhou Guanyu's it's not a pit lane start for Zhou Guanyu. I thought if you don't get out in quali, it's automatic pit lane start. But obviously I've not read the rule book because Zhou's starting on the grid. Previous winners, Hamilton in 21, Verstappen in 22 and Perez in 23. Yeah, Perez won this race last year. So he'd be looking to back to back the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso going a bit quick round there on the formation lap. Ooh, baby. English 5-3 up in the rugby. I mean, even if they were 153 up, it doesn't really matter to me. But here we go. Right. I'm hoping for the Leclerc dive bomb, mate. I am. I mean, I'd probably say that. I've probably been saying that for about 2.5 years, to be honest. You could probably clip up every time I've said I'm hoping for a Leclerc dive bomb into turn 1 and probably get a 20-minute video out of it. I'm always hoping for that. David Bearman, Ollie Bearman's dad in the Ferrari garage. He will be the most nervous man on the planet. Your 18-year-old son is starting a Grand Prix for Ferrari. Good God. It has to be, Gav. It has to be. It has to be better, man. It's got to be, on it. Alonso podium, I back that. I'd like to see that. Or I want to see the McLarens do something as well, you know. I'd love to see a Piastri podium. That'd be mega. There's always a chance, Salty Dog. You never know, do you? Oh, mate, we're starting. Come on. Come on, boys. Give us a race. Give us a good race, boys. Come on, lads. Give us a good race today. The season opener wasn't it, mate. Chapter 2's got to be better than Chapter 1, mate. Come on, boys. Give us a good race today here. Come on, Leclerc. Make it interesting. Make it interesting in turn 1, mate. Come on, Charles. Oh, here we go then. So Zhou Guanyu lines up, and here we go then. 3, 2, 1. It's like it's out in Saudi Arabia. I think Lando Norris jumped the start of the inside, but it's Verstappen away well, and Perez is already alongside Leclerc, and Alonso has a look down the inside, but it is a Red Bull 1-2 out of turn 2. It's Verstappen who leads Perez, and Leclerc are still side by side. I think Leclerc's going to have the inside line for turn 4. Here they come then, and Leclerc regains a position. Leclerc regains that P2. So it is Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, the top 3, and then it's Alonso, I think then Piastri, Norris, and then the 2 Mercedes, followed by Lance Stroll in the other Aston Martin behind those pair. So it's Russell ahead of Hamilton, and then we've got Stroll and probably the RB of Yuki Tsunoda, and then the other Ferrari of Ollie Bearman just outside the top 10, and Bearman goes for it. Bearman goes for it at turn 12 on Yuki Tsunoda for P10. Doesn't get the job done at the moment, but ambitious stuff from Oliver Bearman on lap 1 of this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. But Verstappen leads him away from Leclerc, and I'm sure one of those McLarens jumped the start a little bit. I am convinced that it was like 3, 2, 1, and one of the McLarens went, ooh. I mean, it might not get done for that, but I had the eagle eye were on him, mate. I seen him move. Oh, Gasly's done, mate. The retiring Gasly's Alpine already. What is going on at Alpine? Oh, Ollie Bearman trying round the outside of the final corner on Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, and a bit of oversteer. He's going to get him here. Ollie Bearman on the warpath. Oh, he's not got DRS yet. Look at this then. Alonso under pressure from Oscar Piastri. He's going round the outside of Fernando Alonso. Piastri up to P4 as Ollie Bearman and Yuki Tsunoda go toe to toe, wheel to wheel in turn 1. And I tell you what, Lance Stroll's done the pair of them, has he not? It was Lance Stroll ahead anyway. Look at this. Oliver Bearman is racing hard here. Woo! Let's go! So it's Verstappen who leads Leclerc, Perez, then Piastri up to 4th. Then it's Alonso, Norris, Russell, Hamilton, Stroll and Tsunoda top 10. Ollie Bearman now in 11th under pressure from Kevin Magnussen and Alexander Albon and all the rest of them queuing up behind. But Kevin Magnussen goes a bit wide there coming out of turn 11 and is under pressure from Albon in the Williams. Go on, Alex. Leclerc didn't do the lunge, did he? Let me down again. It was more Leclerc under pressure from Perez than Leclerc putting Verstappen under pressure. Do you know what I mean? Fair play, though. Leclerc lost a position, got it back immediately. Piastri's made up a position on Fernando Alonso. So they're the big movers, really. Well, there might be some big movers further back. But so Gasly's out of the race. I don't know why. I must admit, I don't think they've said why on the TV coverage, but Gasly is out of the race and Russell looking to have a look at Lando Norris into turn 1, has a look, but doesn't get the move done. And Ollie Bearman now's got to gather it together and go for another tack on Yuki Tsunoda for P10. Come on, Ollie. Lap 3. Well, exactly. All these celebrities investing and the slowest and one's already out of the race. They're going to be having second thoughts. They're going to be thinking, have we backed the wrong team here? Well, I'll tell you, yeah, you have backed the wrong team. Look at Magnussen on the inside there. I tell you what, Kevin Magnussen went full aggressive. Kevin Magnussen was the one with the dive bomb. It's just that it was for turn. It's just that it was for P10 instead of at the front. I'm sure Kevin Magnussen went for like a triple overtake at turn 1, mate. He full send. Let's see the Exactly. Bang, bang, bang. Man saw it. Jumpstart Norris. I seen you, bro. I seen him flinch. It was like, you know what I mean? He flinched, did Norris. Here you go. Here's a replay, Lando Norris. Yeah. Nah, mate, it's jumpstart, I reckon. I think he'd be done for that because he'd be ahead of the yellow line. And so then, it's a jump start, mate, for a Norris. I've got to say, I think it's a slam dunk penalty for that, mate. Not going to lie. Nah, I think Norris might be done for that. He might get away with it because they think, well, he's not gained an advantage. But, oh, look at this then. Perez on Leclerc for P2. And Perez is down the inside to make it a Red Bull 1-2. And Perez gets the position then. So it's now Verstappen from Perez, who does Leclerc at the start of lap 4. Red Bull 1-2, Leclerc pushed down to 3rd then. And then there's a bit of a gap before we get to Piastri, Alonso, Norris, who did jump the start a little bit. Whether he get punished or not, we'll yet to find out. And then the two Mercedes, Russell Hamilton, P7, P8. This was supposed to be the season that Mercedes were back. This was supposed to be, they've had a couple of dodgy seasons. This was supposed to be the season that Mercedes were back at the sharp end. They're just as far off it as they have been. With the old concept, the no side pods and all that mess, they're just as far off it now. No wonder Lewis is leaving, mate. Have one look at that and think, I'm out of here, mate. This is not the one. They're not going to fight for a championship, are they, in that Mercedes? So it's just going to be a season of Lewis just finishing 7th and Russell 5th and then 6th and then 8th and then 4th and then... Nah. It's not... I was coming into the season thinking Mercedes were going to be on the podium this season, you know, more often than not. But I'm not convinced. I mean, it's early days. It's another 23 races to go, but 22 and a 3/4 races to go. But so Bearman's still in P11 and he couldn't get the move done on Yuki Tsunoda early doors, and now he's stuck. We see Alonso having a look on Piastri. And now look at this. Tsunoda's attacking Stroll then for P9. I think so, SHT. I think he'll get a time penalty for that. But saying that, we've seen people get away with that in the past, though, where they flinch and then go again when it's actually lights out. I'm sure we've seen people get away with that over the years, so I don't know. He might get away with it. Only still to go. Prediction seems like a pipe dream. What did you say? Norris, Alonso, Perez. I tell you what, if it ends up Norris, Alonso, Perez, this has been one of the best races of all time. So that's a way of looking at it, I suppose. Every cloud. Feel bad for Gasly. I do. And Ted Kravitz summed it up in Bahrain last week. He said, this is just going to be about who can handle the crisis better out of Gasly and Ocon. Who is going to be better mentally prepared for a crisis is basically, that's what it's about. Because someone's going to spit out the dummy soon. Someone's going to throw the toys out of the pram soon at Alpine. And, who's going to stick with it and who's going to jump ship there? Maybe they'll both jump ship. But it's not looking good at all. I don't even know why Gasly's retired. I don't know if it's a mechanical issue, whether he had a bit of contact and the car's broken. I don't know. But it seems like it's a mechanical issue anyway. And Gasly didn't even get a lap done. Just to add insult to injury. You got a slow car and it's unreliable. Shocker. But we're watching this battle in the midfield between Stroll, Tsunoda, Bearman, and Kevin Magnussen, Albon and Hulkenberg as well on the back of that train. But come on, Ollie. How's my prediction looking now? So I had Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, top three, lockdown. I overestimated George Russell and the Mercedes team, didn't I? That's where my prediction is. But I've had Alonso fifth, so I've got top three and fifth right at the moment. Anyway, it's early days. There's 44 laps to go. Oh, Stroll's gone off. Oh, Stroll's had a big crash. Sorry if I made you jump out of your chair there, but Stroll has had a big incident. I think he's going to red flag this. I think so. Stroll's okay. He's on the team radio immediately. He's okay. I think they red flag this. I think they red flag this. So Stroll's in the wall. I'm not sure which part of the track that is. Is it that fast chicane towards the end of the lap? Stroll has binned it big time. The main thing is he's all right, but they're showing yellow flag sector 2 and 3 at the minute, but you've got his front wing in the middle of the circuit and you've got a car that's smashed into the barriers. They're going to red flag this, I think. The safety car, okay? Safety car is coming out. Hey, I've just noticed Verstappen had a 4.7 second lead already in 7 laps. You can wave goodbye to that, Max. We're behind the safety car now, bro. Bearman's going to pit then for Ferrari. Right, here we go. This is throwing the cat amongst the pigeons now. So let's see what happens to Lance Stroll. Oh, he clips the wall. It's like what they do in Monaco. It's like what they do at Monaco swimming pool section where they turn in too soon into the apex and actually clip the inside wall, snap the suspension and then go straight on. Boom. Game over for Lance Stroll. It is very similar to what happens at Monaco, that. So he's clipped the wall on the inside at the apex, snapped a suspension arm, and then he's got a front left that's just like, nah, mate. We're on full wiggle settings. And then from there, you're just on a one-way ticket to the wall that's opposite you at 150 mile an hour. And it's GG's for Lance Stroll. He's out of the race. Lap 7, safety car. And now, who pits, who doesn't? Is everyone going to pit? So Verstappen's in from the lead. Both Red Bulls are in. So Red Bull are double stacking. Oh, this is just added a little bit of... this has added a little bit of a... alternate storyline, mate. Oh, and look at this. Leclerc's being held up big time. Oh, Leclerc's lost about 3 or 4 positions there easily as Hamilton stayed out. What's happening here? Is everyone in? Oh, this is already more than a 2.5 out of 10. I'm telling you that now. Even if nothing else happens, it's already better than Bahrain. Just for this little drama alone. Just for the fact we've had a pit stop unscheduled. We're coming from a low expectation. Right, this is actually critical how this has played out now, right? So Norris has stayed out, I assume. Because there's no way Norris has jumped everybody in the pits. So Norris must have stayed out, no? Norris stayed out. Norris and Hamilton stayed out. I appreciate the info because I'm just like, between us we can get through it, do you know what I mean? Between us we can work it all out. So Norris and... Oh, this is added in absolute... Oh, this is it. Yes, mate. Yes, Jordan, bro. How are we doing? The race has just entered a different dimension because Lance Stroll's binned it in the wall and sent everyone into a pit stop frenzy, and it's ended up with Lando Norris in the lead on the gamble staying out. So it's already better than Bahrain by a million miles. Oh, here we go, mate. This is just opened a can of worms that needed opening, mate. Needed. I mean, we all know, we all know the end result, but this adds a bit of spice until we get there. That Mercedes top is mega. This Mercedes top, I've got a surprise for you, mate. It's a Williams top. But welcome to the stream, bro. I'm not seeing you for time, mate. I hope you're doing well. Bro. I've seen your new setup on the streams, looking like a podcast, going for them podcast vibes. I love it, man. I love it, mate. Looking good. Cheers, JJ. Cheers, guys. On the Demcast. Are you on the Demcast later? I can't be on too late because I got work tomorrow, but I'll have a couple of drinks in it if you're on. But yeah, anyway, let's figure out what's happened here. So Alonso's complaining he nearly hit the, oh yeah. So it's an unsafe release by one of the Red Bulls, surely, released into the path of Fernando Alonso. Right, so what's the situation here though? So Norris and Hamilton decided to stay out, so was Hülkenberg and Zhou, and everybody else was pitted. So yeah, that's the scenario. 4 cars haven't pitted. Norris, Hamilton, Hülkenberg, and Zhou. Everybody else dived into the pits. Oh, this has thrown an absolute spanner in the works. I love it. You are attending. Are you on the register? Are you attending? Are they going to call your name out? He's here, mate. Gasly left the Red Bull program to join Alpine. Just experienced his downfall after a year. Yeah, Gasly's going to have to jump ship, mate. Gasly's going to have to say, we had a good run, but I've got to think about my career. I don't know. Alpine absolutely on collapse settings. Yeah, Max pitted and still second. Yeah. I know. And Leclerc got held in the pit stop and has lost... Well, no. Well, in the end, then Leclerc hasn't lost anything in the pits, other than obviously to Norris and Hamilton that stayed out. This is a replay of Leclerc's stop, then, but you see, you got away with that, Leclerc. Really, I thought he'd lost out big time, but it's not ended up that bad. It's Red Bull pit crews for you, yeah. The Red Bull with the double stack was epic. But we're going to get this race back underway. Safety car's going to come in, and we are going to get this race back underway with Norris leading. I didn't expect to be saying that today, but how long the lead's going to last? I don't know if I give it a lap, really. I don't really know if I give it a full lap, but Norris, get your elbows out, lad. No, I like that. No, if you want to be sensible about it, do you really fight Max? But anyway, yeah, of course you do. It's a race, isn't it? Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, Piastri and Alonso are all in their net positions. Yeah. So no one's lost out massively. But the race is back underway then. Norris has bolted, but Verstappen's right on his gearbox. And look at the Ferrari and the McLaren of Leclerc and Piastri going side by side. And look at that then, Leclerc down the inside, Norris around the outside, and it's Fernando Alonso looking to make up a position as well. But it is Norris that leads from Verstappen, Hamilton. Oh, and Russell has a look on the Haas and Nico Hülkenberg, but it's Norris from Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez, Leclerc, Piastri, Alonso, Hülkenberg, Russell and Zhou, top 10. Oliver Bearman just outside that top 10, subbing in for Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. Go on, Ollie. Hey, look at this. Norris gap in the field. Oh, love it when we just get a random event like that where it just throws an unexpected chapter. Go on, Lewis. Lewis keeps up with Max as well. Go on, Lewis. Piastri as well, all over the back of Leclerc. Come on. So Norris leads Verstappen, and it's just on that cusp of a second as well. It's just on the cusp of DRS. You've got to be within a second to get DRS, and the gap is 0.922. Oh, it's on the limit. And look, Hamilton's putting pressure on Verstappen for second. Hamilton, of course, stayed out after that Lance Stroll incident and then the safety car. And Hamilton's warmed those medium tyres back up a treat. And he's putting more pressure on Max than Max is to Lando. Oh, Alexander Albon with a swoop round the outside into turn one. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, Alexander Albon. Oh, it's side by side though into turn four. Oh, and there was a contact. Oh, there was contact between Albon and Magnussen. You see, Kevin Magnussen, mate, you don't mess with Kevin. Going side by side with Kevin Magnussen, you're asking for damage. Kevin Magnussen does not give an inch. I love him for it. But that's not good. Oh, Ollie Bearman with a move as well into turn 1 and 2. So Norris leads by 1.1. Hamilton, 1.2 behind Verstappen. Oh, let's go. This race is on. That was not a good place to go too wide. No, it wasn't. Yeah. K-Mag's always going to shut the door on you there. He's savage. Oh, Verstappen's catching Norris now. Norris has had a couple laps grace, but now Verstappen's going, yeah, all right. I'll let you lead 3 laps, but don't get carried away with yourself. Yeah, Max has turned it up a little bit now. He's like, oh, all right, I'll let you lead 3 laps, but that's your lot for the year. It's time to... Hey, if nothing else, at least we've seen a different leader this season. You know what I mean? Could be looking back at this in November and going, do you remember when someone else led in Saudi Arabia for a few laps? I hope it's not that bad, but you never know. This could be the highlight of the season. Lando Norris leads a few laps in Saudi Arabia. Get in. Oh, Max has got DRS. Yeah. You might as well play the Jaws theme tune at this point. You know what I mean? Get the Jaws theme tune on because Max Verstappen's coming with DRS. Oh, he has a look into the final corner. Oh, I think he's going to line him up here. It's going to be a slam dunk with DRS slipstream into turn one. Here comes Verstappen then for the lead on Lando Norris. Is Norris even going to defend this? What's the scenario here? Oh, he's not even going to defend it. And Max absolutely sails past and back into the lead on lap 13. And look at Hamilton and Perez going side by side. So Perez takes Lewis Hamilton for P3 then at the same time. So Red Bull's making moves here on lap 13. Verstappen retakes the lead off Norris and Perez retakes the position on Lewis Hamilton then. So it's now Verstappen, Norris, Perez, top three, Hamilton, Leclerc, Piastri, Alonso, Hülkenberg, Russell and Zhou Guanyu currently in the top 10 at the moment from the back of the grid. I think he didn't pit, so made up a hell of a lot of positions for now as the Chinese driver. But yes, bro, it was wall on either side. The fuck you'd think was going to happen. Yeah, near catastrophic wreck for minimal gain. Yeah, but you got to go for it. I suppose it was... it depends who you're racing, I feel like. In that scenario, you've got the... You've gone for the move in turn 1 and 2. You're on the inside of 2, which becomes the outside for turn 4 by the time you get there. And then, but I think it just depends who you're racing. And Kevin Magnussen just does not give an inch. So if I'm probably alongside Kevin Magnussen in that scenario, I'll probably think, do you know what? Do we really want to damage both cars here? But then if you start getting intimidated like that, you'll never do anything, will you? So you can't get intimidated, can you? Because that's what he wants. That's what K-Mag wants. The other driver to back out of it because of his reputation. So, oh, Bearman's past Zhou for P10. Bearman in the points. Let's go. Bearman in the points. Sure, just destroy 2 cars for 1 place. Yeah, exactly. You better off playing the long game, backing out of it and fighting and living to fight another day, yeah. So it's Norris now, Verstappen who leads Norris by 1.9. The gap is opening up at the front. It's then Perez, Hamilton, Leclerc, Piastri team radio. Hamilton, his head is struggling on medium tyres from the start. Ooh. Yeah, so Piastri being told about Lewis, who's didn't take the chance to pit stop during the safety car period and now he's going to start to struggle. I wonder if the guys that pitted behind the safety car are going to try and eke it out to the end from there. Surely that's too long, no? Surely that's too many laps to try and get to the end from here. Say if you pit behind the safety car, was it lap 7? Can you do 43 laps on a set of hard tyres? Is that the plan? I feel like that's a hell of a long way to go. Yeah, no, yeah, I don't think you're going to do it. I don't think you're going to do it. Predictions is screwed. Yep, I didn't know Lance Stroll was going to bin it on lap 7, did I? No, my prediction is still on. Nah, it's a long race. Lap 15 out of 50. Nah, and anyway, I want the prediction to be wrong anyway. I'd rather the prediction be wrong and we get a hell of a race than get a boring race and my prediction be bang on. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather be wrong on every single count and have an absolute banger of a race because I get nothing apart from going, oh well, I know a bit. I get nothing for it. So I'd rather be wrong. Without a doubt. Alonso saying any chance of a plan B. Yeah, look, Alonso dropping off the back of Piastri. Gap 2.2 seconds. Piastri looking quick, you know. Is Piastri quicker than Leclerc? That's the thing. Oh. Right, Perez has been given his 5-second penalty for an unsafe release. Oh. Why am I looking so pale? I wasn't this pale when Why is it... Wait, let me change the settings. I'm white as a ghost out here. Let me check. I don't know why. It looks like I'm going to mess with this. I need to add colour. Well, I don't know why it's made me so pale. This camera. Let's have a look. I'm not this pale, I swear. Oh, more human, more human, more human. That'll do there, innit? There you go. Easily solved. Easily solved. Yeah, I was white as a ghost there. I looked at the stream. I was like, nah. Man's looking ill. Oh, he's done it again. Oh, I can't get to grips with this camera. Oh no. I know. I mean, I might be pale, but bloody hell, the camera's like taking that to a next level of extreme ghost mode out here. Yeah, go on hard to lap 30, 35, then go to soft to lap. Yeah, that's got to be the plan. You can't get from lap 8, lap 7. You can't do 43 laps on a one set, surely. I mean, you might get someone who tries it just to go for the alternate idea. Well, yeah, I mean, I am pasty white, but oh, look at this then. Piastri versus Hamilton into turn 1. Hamilton pushes him off, and Piastri has to cut the corner. He's got to give the position back. Okay. So, Piastri gives the position back. He'll have to fight him again. He was forced off the circuit there. Auto white balance. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, I need to switch that off, however I switch that off. That's what it'll be. It'll be the white cap, and the camera's trying to decide, do we focus on that or the skin? And it's constantly going, what are we doing here? Anyway, that doesn't matter, does it? Well, Piastri... oh, he did try it. Lewis is not obliged at that point to give him the space. I think it's a late lunch from Oscar Piastri. It's all fair and square. So Perez has been given a 5-second penalty. And but he is closing up on Lando Norris now for P2. He's actually closed the DRS there. Perez actually strategically closing the DRS early so he gets a good run. So he doesn't want to go for the move in the final corner. He wants to go for the move now, going into turn 1. Little strategic move from Sergio Perez, but now he goes down the inside of Lando Norris and cruises past with the slipstream, with the DRS, and makes it yet again on lap 18, a Red Bull 1-2. Now, Perez has got to get a big enough gap to the point where he can take the penalty and still finish second. As Bearman has a look on Nico Hulkenberg for P9, doesn't get the job done yet. Yes, Anto, welcome to the stream, bro. Hope you're doing well, mate. Has Magnussen passed Tsunoda, has he? What position's that for? So Magnussen passes Tsunoda for 12th. Cheers for that. Looks like the crew's here because someone didn't want to stream the Arsenal game. Why his chams are not on? He must have had a session last night. But yes, welcome to the stream. Barry, I seen you was first here as well. First comment on the entire thing. You was here before I was live, Barry, so big ups, mate. I appreciate it. Swade don't know where he is. He probably hungover would be my guess. If he's not streaming. Racing Bull's pace, not looking that good. No. I remember my first drink. Ricardo dead last. Yeah. Savage that. Ricardo dead last. So it's Verstappen who leads Perez by 5.4. It's Norris and Piastri still up, tucked behind Hamilton's Mercedes here. We're coming down the main straight to start lap 19. And it's Piastri versus Hamilton again. Hamilton has to go defensive into turn 1. Piastri having a look round the outside, but he's not close enough this time. Oh, McLaren Ricardo mode. Yeah, that wasn't a good season for him, was it? I'm on one phone in Denver on the other. Yeah, well, big ups. Oh, yeah. Oh, they went side by side. Whoa. Bearman and Hulkenberg fighting for P9 there. Oh, did they switch and switch back? Piastri's got to get the move done on Hamilton now. Surely. You can't. You're damaging your own race because I think Piastri can catch Leclerc. I think he's got the pace, but he needs a dispatch of Hamilton now. Completely different strategies. A counting 95th minute winner. Get in. Oh, Hamilton going defensive again into turn one. Wow, Piastri can't get there. Piastri can't get there. He'll be a one frustrated Aussie in that car. I'm telling you now. Oh, look at Ollie Bearman. Another look at Nico Hulkenberg. Into turn one again. But surely Ollie Bearman can... He's doing well. Oh, Gasly was due to gearbox, was it? Yeah. Didn't get very far in this race, did he? Pierre Gasly. So lap 20 of 50. Verstappen leads Perez by 6.1. It's then Lando Norris, who's up to third, but yet to stop. We've then got Leclerc P4, Hamilton fifth, yet to stop under pressure from Piastri. It's then Alonso, Russell, Hulkenberg, under pressure from Bearman, who's currently the young Brit, currently P10. Come on, Ollie. Renault reliability strikes again. Yeah. Worst car aerodynamically. Worst engine in it. And poor reliability. Absolute mare for Alpine. Oh, look at this. Ollie Bearman lining up Nico Hulkenberg into the final corner. Okay, get the nice exit now. Get the slipstream. Get the DRS open. Every shift has to be perfectly sweet. Now, you've got to figure out what's Hulkenberg going to do here. He's going to the middle of the track. He's letting him through. And there we go then. Hulkenberg didn't even defend it this time. And Ollie Bearman up to P9. Go on, Ollie. Prediction, mate. Up there for thinking. It's early days, though, isn't it? There's still 29 laps to go. And like I said, I'd rather be wrong on the predictions if it's a good race. So this is a replay then. So Hulkenberg knows it's a lost cause at that point. In just lets him go in the end. So Ollie Bearman down the inside. Up to P9. No, it's not. Gav, you are trolling. Gav, you are trolling. I'm going to have to check that. I can't take your word for that. It's 0-0, you lying little. It's 0-0, you little. It's 0-0, you little. I had to check on Denver then. I had to check the Denver meltdown. It's 0-0. I was like, ooh. Interesting. Piastri still stuck behind. I mean, he's got to get the job done now. Hamilton goes defensive then as they cross the line to start lap 22. It's Hamilton and forces Piastri on the inside, but I think Hamilton's still defending the position. Hamilton on a defensive masterclass here on the young Aussie. Piastri just can't get through. Yeah, oh, you get notifications when there's a goal. Yeah, you can't do Kim like that. You can't bamboozle Kim like that. She's got the apps going, mate. The thing is, Hamilton's 4 seconds behind Leclerc now. Leclerc's getting away. If Piastri had got this done 7 or 8 laps ago, can he challenge Leclerc? Verstappen leads Perez by 6.5 seconds. They've now dropped Norris by 4.3. So Leclerc is looking like he's closing in on Norris. Gaps where Leclerc's closing in on Norris for third. Then there's a 4-second gap to this battle here of Hamilton and Piastri. Then Alonso's 3.5 behind that in P7. Russell only 1.1 behind the Aston Martin in P8. And then it's Ollie Bearman's another 6.5 seconds up the road after being stuck behind Nico Hülkenberg for the first half of the race. Someone got a 10-second penalty. Oh, who did? I know Perez is running with a 5-second penalty for an unsafe release, but I didn't know if someone's got a 10-second penalty. I don't know about that. Magnussen. Oh, for the collision with Albon. That doesn't surprise me. I must have missed that one. Yeah, K-Mag's always been savage like that. K-Mag's always been brutal like that, though. You can't... That's part of it. It's always going to end in tears. You try and raise K-Mag like that. To pass Magnussen cleanly, you've got to give him an extra yard that you wouldn't give to anyone else. And you've got to make it swift and decisive. Because if not, Exhibit A, do you know what I mean? He's always been like that, though, K-Mag. Oh, Piastri's got to get him now. I mean, I've been saying this every lap for the last dozen laps, but Piastri's got to get him done. Got to get it done. Oh, look at this, though. Lewis's straight line speed. Oh, he nearly went in the back of the Mercedes that time. I feel like Piastri's got to be getting impatient now. I tell you what, the straight line speed of that Mercedes must be fantastic, because Piastri's got slipstream and DRS and can't get wheel to wheel. Oh my God, Magnussen again with it, bashing up another Williams. Oh no. Oh, is it against... Sorry, it's against Sonoda. It's against Sonoda, sorry. K-Mag's pure, just full send, isn't he? Do you know when Hamilton moved to... When he announced that Hamilton's going to Ferrari, and I was reading all the comments on social media, like, you know... Some people hype, some people just say, oh, he's going for the money, whatever. And someone just put a picture of Kevin Magnussen in a Mercedes overalls and just said, let this man cook. And I was laughing. I was like, that would be... Kevin Magnussen in a competitive car would be chaotic. Because... Say if you got Kevin Magnussen on a front row start alongside Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen ain't getting round turn 1. With a front wing intact. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be absolute drama. Magnussen at the front. It'd be, I tell you what, it'd be penalty galore. It'd be like prime Schumacher where he's like just taking people out left, right and centre. Flipping Damon Hill into the air, driving into the side of Jacques Villeneuve. Yeah, let this man cook. And then just a picture of Magnussen in Mercedes overalls. That would be... Yeah. Chaos. Hülkenberg would do a decent job. What, for Mercedes? Yeah, but... He would actually. You put Hülkenberg in that Mercedes, he'd do all right. But that's not what I want to see. I want to see Fernando Alonso or Kimi Antonelli or I think they'd be the two most exciting. Or Verstappen, Verstappen on an absolute Red Bull meltdown. But no, we won't see that. Anyway, back to the live action on lap 26, and it is Tsunoda catching Magnussen for 12th, and look at that train of cars behind him. Ocon, Albon, Sargent, all nose to tail then from 12th to 16th, and Leclerc has caught up to Lando Norris for P3. Yeah, this is better than the battle for P12. This is for the podium at the moment, and it's Leclerc who is within 3/10 of Lando Norris now. Lando Norris, of course, didn't pit behind the safety car and is probably starting to struggle on those medium tyres on lap 26. Oh, yeah, Hulkenberg hasn't pitted yet. K-Mag bumper cars. Oh, here we go. Yuki Tsunoda on Kevin Magnussen, but Magnussen later on the brakes. And look at this then. And Alpine has gone round the outside of Alexander Albon. So, oh, look at this. Midfield scrap. I thought Tsunoda was clean through on Kevin Magnussen there, but nope. K-Mag later on the brakes and said no. Not today. The Williams boys are stuck at the back of this little train as well. It's Magnussen, Tsunoda, Ocon, Albon and Sargent in this little battle. But we want to see Leclerc versus Norris here. If the TV cameras don't pick up on Leclerc Norris now, he's going to get the move done off camera. Oh, here we go. Here we go then. Here we go then. I know it's down the inside and it's DRS is too powerful and Leclerc gets the job done. Leclerc up to P3 then, so it's Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc now, then Norris, Hamilton, Piastri, Alonso, Russell, Bearman, P9, and Nico Hülkenberg, P10. It's then Zhou, and then the battle that we were just looking at of Magnussen, Tsunoda, Ocon, Albon and Sargent, and then behind that, and 3 seconds off the back of that little train, it's Daniel Ricciardo, and then Valtteri Bottas with Lance Stroll out of the race after crashing on lap 6 or 7. And Gasly, I don't even think he got a lap done. And that's how it stands. We are over half race distance now. Please do drop me a like, guys, on the stream if you haven't already, by the way. And please do subscribe. We're beyond 500 now. It took me 2 and a bit seasons to get to 500. Hopefully it doesn't take another 2 and a bit seasons to get to 600. So yeah, please do subscribe. Trying to get the channel growing a little bit this year. Heading in the right direction. So big ups to everyone in the stream. And even if you're watching this back midweek, because weirdly a lot of the views come in the following week after the race, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I'll take it. But yeah, here comes Piastri again. I tell you what, that Mercedes straight line speed, they must have some sort of a low downforce setting on that Mercedes. And he must be deploying the battery at the right point where it's what I got. It's not off. lap 28 out of 50. I just look at the chat. Go! I mean, it's a little bit off topic, but you might not be watching the right sport. That I mean, do I shout goal if Piastri passes Hamilton? I don't know. I'll tell you what. Hulkenberg Sorry, Magnussen holding up this train. Look at this then. Oh, Alexander Albon trying round the outside of Esteban Ocon there, but can't get the move done yet. And early on the brakes into that chicane. No lane. Goal for Max. Yeah. Yeah, Max is just tapping him in, mate. Is there an F1 car in Rocket League? I've never played Rocket League, to be honest. But I think there was like a DLC thing for it that I saw once, like a year ago, yeah. But I've never played that. It's not appeal. It doesn't appeal to me, that, but I think so is the answer to that. Ole, 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 ole. Yeah, Hamilton is on a full defensive masterclass today. I'll say that and then Piastri will get the job done. But anyway. Oh, look at that then. Yuki Tsunoda's done. Oh, but Kevin Magnussen's still fighting around the outside. And that becomes the inside for turn 2. This side by side then. Magnussen and Tsunoda. And again, Magnussen with the elbows out. Not today. And as Yuki Tsunoda's actually lost a position to Ocon in the end. Oh, Kevin Magnussen, mate. I like it. I like it. La 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 like it. La 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 la. Here we go. Whoa. I do like Kevin Magnussen that he just absolutely balls to the wall racer, isn't he? You know, he pushes the rule book, and if you're racing against him, you're going to be absolutely fuming. I get that. But if you're watching as a pure entertainment standpoint, Kevin Magnussen can be box office when he's on a defence. This is incredible. I mean, he steps over the boundary. He steps over the mark. I admit that. Do you know what I mean? But I love it. Mate, Tsunoda, you're going in the wall. he gave Tsunoda two options there. Either back out of it or you're going in the wall. You choose. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to be racing against someone who gives you that ultimatum. You back out of it or you're going in the wall. But from an entertainment point of view, I can't deny, mate. I do love a bit of Kevin Magnussen on a defence. Look at this. He's got a defend from Ocon now. K-Mag on the... I love seeing K-Mag on the warpath. I love it. I mean, it might all end in tears. But until then, he's certainly putting on a show. Look at this. But Ocon's looking so much quicker. There's no way he can defend from Ocon. There's no way. Magnussen Team Radio. Absolutely brilliant, Kev. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely brilliant, Kev. Yeah, in fact, that's what I've missed. K-Mag doing a hell of a job for his teammate, Hülkenberg, because he's holding up half the pack and letting Hülkenberg get a 17-second breathing space. Yeah, K-Mag doing an absolute job for the team. Don't make no mistake about it. You know, he's doing a hell of a job for the team here. Oh, mate, bumper car Magnussen is back and I'm here for it. Exactly, elbows out, give him nothing. That's what it's about, though. I mean, he is naughty. You know, Albon's on the team radio, naughty. Of course he is. Gotta love him for it. Yeah, Magnussen Ocon recipe for disaster. I think we're about to see that very soon. Surely, I can't believe Magnussen's not been done by DRS, to be honest. He's still holding on. Meanwhile, inevitably, Verstappen leads by 7.7 seconds out front. Lap 31. Did Magnussen come out of the throttle then a bit early? But yeah, so... He's doing it on purpose. He's actually holding him up. Mate, he's not even pushing. He's on full troll. He's on full troll mode, Kevin Magnussen. He is actually on a full rig up. Kevin Magnussen's just playing around. He's not pushing the car. He's purposely Magnussen is on an absolute troll. I mean, I've seen it before, but not to this extent. This is taking it to a different level. This is like something you see in a video game. Like, let's just hold up half the pack for a bit of a laugh. See, I thought that K-Mag, these guys were just faster than Magnussen, but no, Magnussen's actually just playing games out there. I mean, he's playing a superb team role. Yeah, did Alonso in Monaco. I've also seen it in Abu Dhabi as well. Did Hamilton try to do it, did he? I think. To win a championship, but yeah, Magnussen's on a full. That's some madness, that, isn't it? Oh, big ups, man. That's funny. Shake and bake. Oh, look at this. Ocon under pressure from Tsunoda. Yeah, so he's holding him up through sector 1, and then when he gets on the straight, he just guns it. So as long as he's far enough ahead when we're in the overtaking zones, then through sector 1, he can just chill out and hold them all up. Wow. Wow, they'll be fuming. I'll tell you what, Ocon, Tsunoda, Albon and Sargent, and Ricciardo's now caught up to the back of this train. They are going to be... Kevin Magnussen's not going to be on their Christmas card list. And then he's quick enough on the straight. Oh, look at this. And Alexander Albon down the inside of Yuki Tsunoda. And they're all getting impatient behind Magnussen now. But it's side by side into turn 4 then. Albon on the inside, Tsunoda on the outside. And Albon gets the move done. So Albon up to P14. Fastest lap meanwhile for race leader Max Verstappen, who opens the gap to Perez to 8.1 seconds. Leclerc's then a further 10 seconds back. It's then Norris, Hamilton, who are still out there, by the way. Norris and Hamilton and Hülkenberg and Zhou are still out there, yet to stop. So Hamilton is still ahead of Piastri and Alonso, Russell, Bearman still P9. But this is where it's all kicking off. From Magnussen down to Sargent is where the action is today. And I wonder, are Hamilton and Piastri catching Norris then slightly? Is that how this is? Because there was a shot then, and I saw Norris at the front, so I wonder if... Oh, and Hülkenberg pits then. So Hülkenberg pits. He was one of the 4 cars that didn't pit behind the safety car earlier on, so... And look at that. A round of applause for Kevin Magnussen in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, who has done an absolute heroic job for his teammate and has got Hülkenberg a full pit stop of time so that Hülkenberg can pit and come out still ahead of those cars. Kevin Magnussen, big ups for that team performance there. Mega job. Yeah, Hulk could get a point. They went to hards. Oh, hey, Piastri and Hamilton are side by side. And Piastri does eventually. Oh, get the job done, but he's gone wide. He's outbraked himself and Hamilton's going to get the position back. I tell you what, Hamilton and Piastri went wheel to wheel in Bahrain. They're going wheel to wheel again. I tell you what, mate. Their battle rages on. between Hamilton and Piastri. I thought that was it, done and dusted. Piastri finally got the move done there, I thought, but Piastri outbraked himself, went wide, had to cut across the apron at turn 1, rejoin and let Hamilton back through. So here we are for a replay then. Hamilton defending on the inside. Piastri, big lunge around the outside and just locks the front left. Outbrakes himself and has to give the position back yet again. Wow. I thought it was done and dusted then. Mercedes getting ready for a pit stop. I feel like as soon as if Piastri passes Lewis, then they just pit Lewis immediately. Until then, maybe they keep him out. V. 14 laps to go in Saudi Arabia. Well, it's been better than a 2.5 out of 10. Yeah, Magnussen being told, you know, big ups. Hulkenberg 2 seconds ahead, now just go for it, yeah. So you can stop playing games now and get on with it. But yeah, major job from Kevin Magnussen, that. And I hope it pays dividends and at least one of them gets into the points, you know. It'll be a shame if Magnussen's done all that and Hulkenberg finishes 11th. But Hulkenberg, if he does get some points out of this today, has got one man to thank, and that is his teammate. What's the situation here with Norris then? So Hamilton's 4.6 behind Norris. Alonso in no man's land. Alonso's been able to keep Russell at bay though. Just outside of DRS range is George Russell in P8. Then Bearman's 5.2 behind Russell. Well, sorry, 5.9 behind Russell. And then Zhou at the moment in P10, but he's yet to stop. So, yeah, I think Hulkenberg is on for a point. That Haas race page is much better than we thought. Yeah. Are you trying to spam the party thing? Oh, and Hamilton pits then. In fact, I can see that coming up. Yeah. I see that flashing up. At first, I was like, what's that? But so Hamilton pits then. So what's the strat tyre-wise then? For Lewis Hamilton. He's going to be behind Ollie Bearman. Right, let's have a look then. So he's on the softs. Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you what, this race is soon going to be... It's soon going to be done and dusted, this race, isn't it? We're in the closing stages. What? Is it just me? This race has gone rapid. Oh, replay on board with Fernando Alonso. Does he touch the wall there? Wow. Little kiss to the wall. Be careful. Be careful, Fernando. Talk about on the limit. You know, that's how Lance Stroll broke the suspension early on in the race, because you go that close to the wall on the apex and snap a front suspension arm, it's over. Oof. Time flies when you're having fun. Maybe that's what it is. I thought we were about halfway through it. We've got about 12 laps to go. Bottas only drivers to be lapped. Oh, Norris pits then for the soft tyre. So everyone's just going to stay out then, isn't it? I don't see the entire field pitting now. Do you? Really? Is the entire field going to pit now? I think you just brave it out now, don't you? Everyone that pitted, which is basically the other 16 drivers, they're not going to pit now. They're just doing the 43 laps on the hard tyre, and that's it. Yeah, the one stop strategies are tracks that have one stop strategies. It's a bit dead, isn't it? That I think you've got to have at least 2 stops a race. One stop is. Bearman 7th now, with Norris and Hamilton stopping. Remember, Perez has got that 5-second penalty, but it might not matter because he's 12.1 ahead of Leclerc at the moment. 3 laps over my prediction. I mean, Lewis, Lando and Hulk did 1 stop, but it's the opposite way. Yeah, it's the opposite way. Yeah. It is. It's not worked out, has it, for Norris and Hamilton, this? Unless they can come through now in the last 10 laps. Look at this, and they're fighting each other here now. So this is for P8 then, Norris versus Hamilton. They're on the same strategy. Oh, look at this, then. This could get really... this... It's generally, though, it's not worked out. I mean... Could Lewis catch his teammate by the end of it? Maybe. How far? So Bearman's 6 seconds up the road. And then it's another 5 seconds. So he's about 11, 12 seconds behind Russell. Is Hamilton. So can they get there? I mean, Lewis has got to dispatch Norris and then catch Bearman. It might pay off in the end, maybe, but it's going to have to be a mega 10 laps. Zhou has to pit. Yeah. Zhou Guan Yu's not pitted yet. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Zhou has to pit. So Hulkenberg should get a point from here, all things equal. But, yeah, Hamilton looking quicker than Norris at the moment then. Oh, here we go then. Hamilton versus Norris. And he has a little look, but Norris is far enough ahead. Lewis can't go for it yet. 10 laps to go in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's going to be Norris versus Hamilton for P8 pretty soon. Do you know what, though? I think Norris might have it covered. I think Lewis had a good run straight off the bat out of the pits. And now Norris is sort of keeping him at bay, especially through the high-speed stuff. Norris can open the gap a little bit and so that he's not under pressure down the straight. I think Norris might have this covered, you know. We'll see. Norris has been... Hamilton fastest lap. They're on the softs. You know, Norris and Hamilton are going to be rapid at this point because they're on a brand new set of softs as opposed to everybody else on old, hard tyres. So, yeah, Hamilton fastest lap at the moment. Russell struggled to find a way to close in on Alonso. Yeah, that's kind of been a stalemate, hasn't it, from the beginning. Oh, yeah, that defence from Lando. We didn't even see that on TV. We didn't even see that weaving at the moment, you know. They show that 2 laps later. Oh yeah, the compulsory Max Verstappen race leader banner comes on the TV screens as the TV directors think, well, we better show Max for a little bit. just to give the sponsors a bit of coverage for a minute or two. Oh, Max is on a different level, isn't he? Yeah, Hamilton 1.5 behind Norris now, so he's not even in DRS range. So Norris might have this covered. And the thing is, how quickly is that pair of Norris and Hamilton on the soft tyres catching Ollie Bearman? I don't know. Maybe Bearman can snag a P7 here. A good debut for Bearman, yeah, I agree. He's done very well. It might go down to the... I'm looking at that gap between Bearman and Norris now is the big one, really. Gap at the moment, 4.2. Bearman's got 8 laps. Ooh. It's going to be close. Norris and Hamilton are going to be catching him, but if Bearman can get a P7, what a debut. Let's see a bit of drama like a safety car. Oh, so Bearman being told that Norris is going to catch him in 4 laps. Oh, so what do you do as Ollie Bearman? Do you push it to the limits and maybe end up making a mistake, or what do you do? Just keep punching, just keep going. Whoa, Zhou Guan Yu, what are they doing? Oh my God, they're changing lug nuts and everything on Zhou Guan Yu's front right. That's not an ideal pit stop for Zhou, and he'll be stone dead last after that. Wow, that was an absolute shocker from Sauber there, as Zhou Guan Yu plummets to the back of the field after that hideous pit stop. Yeah, that's Sauber done for. 17th and 18th. Ricardo only P16. RB and Williams are not going to get any points here today. RB and Williams and Ocon have all been done by Haas. The whole lot of them. Sauber as well. Sauber, RB, Williams and Alpine have all been done by Haas. The whole lot of them, mate. Hulkenberg and Magnussen. Just on a cheers, boys. All for a point as well. All that is all going to be just for one solitary point. But a point's a point. Well, they've been done. They've all been done. Williams sucks to suck. Shout out to Ayo Komatsu. Yeah. Shout out to Ayo Komatsu. You're damn right. Like you say, making a statement quietly. But brilliant. Even if it is just for 1 point. But yeah, so right, we need to get back in the zone here. So what is happening here then? Is this Russell catching Alonso then? Is that what the story is now? Is it with about a second? Yeah, I think Russell's catching Alonso. I'll tell you what, it could get a grandstand finish here. Oh, look at this then. So Albon's passed Ocon for 12th, but it's now this pack of Alonso, Russell, Bearman, Norris and Hamilton from 5th to 9th, and now concertinaing up together with 6 laps to go. This could be a grandstand finish, this. Like 44 or 50, but those 5 drivers are all concertinaing together as Norris and Hamilton catch Bearman, Russell's catching Alonso. The gap between Bearman and Norris, 3.4. Oh, Bearman might be able to hold on here. For P7, that would be mega job. Yeah, Norris and Hamilton continues to battle, yeah. Oh. Yeah, there's the shot. There's the shot. Ollie Bearman being hunted down by Norris and Hamilton. Oh. Oh. I hope he does. I hope Ollie Bearman can hold on to this P7 now. I know he's been chased down. I mean, it's 3 Brits, isn't it? 7th, 8th, 9th. But I'm going for the Brit in the Ferrari right now because it's his debut and, you know, Norris and Hamilton have got enough fans, haven't they, right now? So I'm hoping the Ollie Bearman holds on here. Oh, my God. This is tense. Really tense finish for Ferrari, this. And not least his dad. My God. This is really tense. Yeah, Russell just can't close in enough. Yeah, what's the gap? Alonso to Russell, what, 2 seconds or something like that? 1.3. Yeah. It's a stalemate, 1.3. Alonso just keeping Russell at bay and out of that DRS zone. So Alonso might have got P5 covered. Oh, it's closing in, aren't they? Oh, God. Lap 46. Gap between Bearman and Norris. 3 seconds dead. Oh, look at Lewis, though. Here comes Hamilton. You see, the thing is, I'm looking at the gap between Norris and Bearman, and I'm forgetting that Lewis Hamilton is breathing down his neck. And so Norris has got his own battle to fight. Never mind Bearman. Oh, this is a good finish, this. I must admit, it's a grandstand finish. I mean, it's not for the win. We all know who's up there at the front. At least it's not by 22 seconds. It's only by 6.7. You know, if that's anything to take from it. But mind you, Verstappen's probably just been cruising since about lap 10 anyway. So he probably could win by 20 seconds if he wanted to. But yeah, this is where it all boils down to then. Bearman versus Norris versus Hamilton for 7th. What's the gap here? Russell Team Radio. Oh, look at this. Lap 47. Gap between Bearman and Norris is... It's not on the screen. 2.6. 2.6. So Norris is closing about half a second of light. It's going to be down to the wire, this. It's going to be down to the absolute wire. Oh, this is going down to the final lap, innit? Oh, goodness me. I think Norris might have Hamilton covered. So maybe Norris can start looking ahead rather than in his mirrors now. 3 laps to go. Verstappen leads Perez by 6.7. It's then Leclerc who's looking good for a podium. Some 11.5 behind. Karen Chandok cheering for Ollie Bearman. You're not the only one, mate. I think it's brilliant. A rookie, yeah. What a drive from Ollie Bearman this is. Whatever happens. 2.3. Verstappen's lapping the pack. Oh, yeah, driver of the day, though. 46% Ollie Bearman, I have to agree. I mean, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. No, I have to... it's got to be driver of the day, Ollie Bearman, isn't it? Even if Norris... He might have him covered, you know. Gap 2.4. If it goes within a second, it's over, innit? Let's give Ramsdale a round of applause for helping the bees. I have no idea what you're on about. But Verstappen laps the Alpine. Maybe if Norris, yeah, if they didn't battle each other, maybe they would have caught. Maybe they would have caught Bearman. 2.3 the gap. I think he might have this covered, Ollie. Checo's not had a bad race, really. 6.9 seconds to Max. I mean, he's going to have the 5-second penalty, which is going to put him back, but he'll still be second because Leclerc's 12 seconds back. So Perez will still be second, but a much more competitive second place for Perez. I mean, is that the depths that we're going to? But that's the truth. It's a much more competitive second place for Perez than it was at Bahrain, if that's anything to take from it. Good race from Leclerc. Piastri as well with a P4. Well, it's not over yet. I'm doing the roundup. It's not even over, but I think Bearman's got this covered, you know, 2.4. The gap stabilised. The gap stabilised at 2.3. Oh, and Ricciardo's spun. Okay. He's kept it going. It's not been a great day for Daniel Ricciardo, has it? And that just puts the icing on the cake of a very disappointing day as he spins and he's in 16th place. A frustrating night for Ricciardo, yeah. I think Norris and Hamilton have cooked the tyres, yeah. I think they've overdone it. I think it's done. Final lap. The gap's 2.3. Oh, what a drive from Ollie Bearman. He's holding on for a P7 in his debut. Fantastic. Oh, and Norris went across the apex there. I'm sure Norris went across the spins, but still not last. Yeah, Sauber have had a day to forget down at the back there. Oh, God, it is close, though. I think he'd be all right, but it's a nervy final lap still. It's 2.1. He'll be all right, but don't slip up now, Ollie. Don't slip up now. Just keep your composure for another couple of miles. Yeah, Haas are going to get the point. A well-deserved, well-thought-out point. Oh, look at this. Max Verstappen again, mate. Yeah, Verstappen, ominous. Yeah, no, Verstappen rounds the final corner and crosses the line. Max Verstappen wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in 2024 by about 9 seconds over his teammate. It's a Red Bull 1-2 for the first two races of the 2024 season. But that's not what today's race has been about. What today's race has been about is Ollie Bearman making his debut as Charles Leclerc crosses the line for P3, finishes the podium there. It's going to be Piastri 4th, Alonso 5th, George Russell 6th. But this is what this race is about. This is what the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix weekend has been about. Oliver Bearman with an oversteer out of the final corner. But on his Grand Prix debut, Ollie Bearman holds off Norris and Hamilton. Ollie Bearman with the P7. What a drive. Fantastic debut for Ferrari, for Oliver Bearman. P7. Fantastic. You can't complain with that. Fantastic. Holds off Norris and Hamilton, who must have cooked the tyres. And Nico Hülkenberg with a point in 10th, thanks to Kevin Magnussen in the first half of the race, holding up half of the pack. So Verstappen dominates again. Not by as much as it was in Bahrain, but it is a Red Bull 1-2. Leclerc in third. Piastri with a good race, P4. Alonso held off Russell for the entire Grand Prix, kept him out of that DRS range for a P5 for Fernando Alonso and Aston Martin. Not a bad result for them. It's then Russell. Bearman's got to be driver of the day. Lando Norris, P8. Hamilton, only 2 points in the end in P9. And then, like I say, Nico Hulkenberg, P10. It was then Albon, Magnussen, Ocon, Tsunoda, Sargent, Ricciardo, Bottas, Show. And Stroll and Gasly didn't finish. But that has been the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Right, so let's rate the race out of 10 then. So Bahrain got a 2.5 out of 10. This has got to be, obviously, driver of the day, Ollie Bearman. But rate the race. What do we think? What do we think? Get your scores in chat. Rate the race. I'm thinking something like a 6.5-ish, 7, somewhere in that region. I'm thinking it's not an epic. It's not up there with an 8. I don't think it's as good as an 8. It wasn't as good as an 8. But a 5 would be a bit harsh. A 5 would be a bit harsh. 6.5. Dougie's going 7. Yeah, Dougie. 7 might be. 10 for Max, the rest 4.5. We didn't have any fight at the front, did we? We had the pit stop thing. Is it a 7? Is it a 7 out of 10 race? Yeah, the Magnussen thing with holding up all the pack and getting Hulkenberg into the points. I'll give it a 7 then. A generous 7. 5.5 out of 10. It's probably about right, to be honest. But I'm being generous because Ollie Bearman's got P7 on his Ferrari debut. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because Ollie Bearman and his Ferrari debut has driven a great race there. And it was a tense finish. He held off Norris and Hamilton in the end. So a generous 7 out of 10 for me for that. Norris led a few laps, but it is a generous 7 out of 10 that. But definitely better than Bahrain anyway. But no question about that. Definitely better than Bahrain. I'll be back for the Australian Grand Prix weekend. I don't know exactly what the stream schedule is going to be, but it's middle of the night sessions, put it that way. Whether I'll be able to qualify in at God knows what time, I don't know. I'll do as much of Australia as is feasible. So join me for that. And God knows what time those streams are going to be scheduled, but I'm not doing a half an hour build up for the race in Australia when it starts at 4 a.m. But thank you everybody for being in the stream today, and thank you for being in over the weekend. We did a bit of F2, we did the qualifying and all that, we did the race, but big ups. Please do drop a like on your way out. Ollie Bearman driver of the day. 7 out of 10, a generous 7 out of 10 for the race because of the Ollie Bearman heroics of P7. Decent race, all in all. But yeah, I'll be back for the Australian Grand Prix in a couple of weeks. So until then, peace out. And thank you everyone for joining. Please do subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. Get involved. I'll be doing every single race from the Formula 1 World Championship. But that's been the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Verstappen, ominous again. The inevitable has happened. Verstappen wins, Perez second, Leclerc third. Thank you everyone for being in. Dougie, Barry, Salty Dog, Suede, SHT, everybody else that popped in throughout the stream. JJ, thank you everybody for being in. I'll be back for Australia. Set your alarm clocks bright and early. Verstappen wins again.